10 to 12.
Yeah, look, it'll be probably 12:15 by the time we have lunch. Is that all right?
That's good.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. I'll show you some paint. I'll show you a good watercolor. This is an Australian painter called Harold Herbert, and I'll show you a beautiful watercolor. Does that come up on the screen? Can you see that? Hang on. Oh, all you can see are reflections, I'm afraid. But he's a beautiful watercolor paint. And hang on, let me just get better than
Yeah. Wow.
Sorry about the reflection, but I'll put it there.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
You can see that all right? Yeah, he's
Yep.
one of my watercolors. Beautiful watercolors, painted about 1930. And yeah, so it's Herbert, Herbert, but I thought it'd be a nice one to look at. Yep. So I'm just going back and to the painting. So just bear with me, and we'll be 2 seconds. Okay. Done. So I'll move this one. And once again, I'll send you a screenshot of
Herman,
yes.
what do you do with your demonstration paintings? Do you ever sell them?
Yeah, people want them.
Oh,
Look, for the full sheets, I sell them fairly cheap. Probably for the full sheets, they're about I don't know. Oh gee, if there are any about $500 for the full sheets. But I do a bit of work. I do a bit of work on them, you know. So like normally I sell for that full sheets. I normally sell for $3,000. You know what I mean? So if people want them, I think $500 is, yeah.
full sheet. Yeah, full sheet is that's good value. Very good value. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So if people want them, just let me know. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Now, good. You can see the whole painting. Unfortunately, you can't see the top right hand side of my painting, but that won't matter. There won't be anything there. Okay. Just bear with me and make sure that I'm charging it. Okay. Now,
Okay, getting back to your paintings with the half sheets you did yesterday. How about those?
Well, there was only one. Look, that's $300 for the half sheet. That was only the city painting I did. Yeah, that was the only one I did.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
No problems. Okay. Now, just bear with me while I might. Yep. Good. Now, the one we're doing is we might even have time. I'll just show you. Is that one there? Have you all got a photo of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's not coming up too well, but all right. Well, we better work out what we're going to do. I think once again, I'll draw it out with my dagger liner. These are a great tool. Does anyone have one of those in the class?
Yep.
Oh, good. They're a great tool. Now, just bear with me and I'll work out what I'm going to do. Well, once I've worked out why I am painting it, I might the first thing is that I always think of when I paint is, in terms of the structure, how much sky to how much land. I think this time we'll go slightly above halfway, maybe slightly above. And then there's this lovely foreground area here. I'm sort of guessing it because I'm painting it off the photo. And I was going to get it printed out, but I haven't got any ink in the printer and I can't get any. It's funny when you're in lockdown, you realise all these things you can't get. And then there, just feeling my way there. Oh. Oh. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change it. Instead of I'm going to go the other way. I'm turning my paper around, and I decided I'm going to be really lazy, and I'm going to have more sky this time. Decided to have more sky. Yeah, so because I'm thinking it's a nice light, but I'm not sure if I really think it's a wonderful subject. You know, there's a lot there. So what about we just go there, right? And then we create a nice sky instead. So I'm not doing much drawing because I haven't worked out what I'm doing yet. But okay, so get my mop out, and we'll just start. Oh dear. Oh, how am I going to do? Hang on. So I'll start with the sky here. And then it's interesting. I'm starting there for a reason. We could start here with water, just wetting it. Just wet it. Right across. Better off with a big hake rather than a mop, but it really doesn't matter. Just water. Can you see that? It's probably all shiny. That's okay. It's just over here. Wet it. Just wet it all. And then.
Yeah, it's blue.
And then we might just get some of that blue, touch of alizarin. Oh, be very careful of alizarin, okay? It's one of those things that just, here we go. Oh, nice and dark. Great way to wash. See, it's going, I'm running out of paint. See, going up, running out of paint. Running out. See, can you see? I don't know if that's showing up on this. Sorry about that shine. I can't see it. You can see it, but I can't see it. Then, once again, we get our fan brush. And if you want to make it easier for yourself, just get a bit of white paint to put into these clouds. It just makes it a little bit easier. Just a few clouds. I have to use a bit of white because the reason is, just excuse me, I'm going to get some paint. The reason is I need to use white because I'm painting vertically. So I have to paint thicker. I can't let these clouds run everywhere. They can run a bit, but just a few clouds. It's there. Wet into wet. See? Just a few wet into wet clouds. They're fun to do. But I always do too many because I can't help myself. And then once again, I'll start again. So, and the bottom of the painting will do the opposite. We'll just get basically raw sienna. Just a bit of raw sienna. I'm just squeezing some out now. Maybe raw sienna, a bit of yellow. There we go. Just try. Raw sienna.
Is there some white in there? Some of the
No, I didn't bother. I just had a bit of white in those clouds because I wanted them to stay there. I didn't want them to run off the paper. Do you know what I mean? And it's easier working with white, but there's no white in this at all. Now, as I said, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm just putting in a pale wash. Put a bit, and now this is important, okay? We'll go up a little bit more. So basically, this green that you can see is raw sienna, 95% raw sienna. So it's 95% raw sienna and 5% viridian, okay? Just 5%, just to green it off a bit. And then I'm going to start there. Now, what I want now is, do you know what I'm doing? I'm creating sparkle. Does that make sense? That can run into there, just soften that down a bit. That's all sparkle, and there's a reason for that. Now, what I'll do is I will turn it around. Does that make sense? So some clouds wet into wet. Once again, shape. Consider the shape. Don't just do sheep everywhere. You know, shape, wet into wet. And that's sort of like a purple, blue, bit of alizarin, and then I add green to it. And if you the moment you add the green, it gets rid of the purple and creates a beautiful grey. Such a really, really nice grey. This is the same colour, probably a little bit more alizarin. This is your raw sienna, 90%, 5% raw sienna, with just a little bit of viridian. But what's more important, all this there, I don't know if that's coming up on the screen. I'll see if I can get it a bit better. Maybe I can go closer and show you. Hang on. Can you see? Hang on, I'll hold it there. Can you see what I've done? Dry brush.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, see, it's all dry brush.
So was that dry brush after you kind of graded the color and then just dry brush the last pieces of
Well, I painted up to about there, and I ran out of paint. And when you run out of paint, it's the perfect time for you to do dry brush.
Thanks.
Now, I reckon 20 minutes on this, just do this. It's just, what's it after now? 12:05. Do this and then have some lunch.
Yep, sounds good.
So it'll be about a quarter of an hour, 30 minutes by the time you do this. Think about the clouds. That's important because and your dry brush is important. Raw sienna, and remember, I don't care about what color you use, right? I picked raw sienna with a touch of that, but whatever you want, you know what I mean? It really won't make much difference. But for, I don't know, Perth's not a very, colours aren't very bright. I mean, your greens aren't in Perth. So raw sienna or yellow ochre and a touch of viridian is a pretty good colour for your green in Perth. Do you know what I mean? So it's just green enough, but it's not, not that vivid green. Avoid cad yellows, like particularly cad yellows for your green. They can look very, very raw. So you're much better off using a raw sienna or a yellow ochre, whatever for your greens, as opposed to a cad yellow. Best of luck now, okay? I'll see you after lunch.
Sorry, I was just getting a question. Sorry, Cass, what was it? Repeat. Yeah, it was 95% raw sienna and 5% viridian, correct?
Yeah. Look, that's approximate. It all depends on how powerful your raw sienna is. It all depends on how powerful. See, all colours, they vary so much with different brands. All brands are so different. They vary. But as a general rule, and if that's not bright enough, you want to go brighter, then you can add a touch of cad yellow pale or a touch of lemon yellow to it. Do you know what I mean? If that's not pale, if that's not bright enough for you. But as a rule, if you've got a nice raw sienna that's not too brown and a touch of viridian or a yellow ochre, probably yellow ochre is probably better, gives you a lovely sort of dull green.
Nice. And how about the sky? The bottom part of the
Well,
sky?
it was basically purple, ultra, a little bit of alizarin, and then I threw in a bit of viridian. I went to create that lovely grey look.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
And
I've
remember,
just
there's not one hard edge. It's all soft. Oh, there's a rough edge there. That's all. There's a rough edge and there's dry. This is also important. Sparkle. You want at least a couple of inches or an inch of sparkle.
Yep,
Good
sounds
luck.
good.
Good luck.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
I've sent you a text message, Herman.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, great. See ya. Okay.
Thanks, Deb.
Well, what I might do in this case, I might wet the back a bit. I think we'll saturate the back. So we'll just 2 seconds, find a squirter bottle, a good one, and we'll don't know where my squirter bottle's gone, my big one, so I'll use a small one.
I think it's because it's such thin paper. Is that right? So you're doing that because it's such thin paper?
Yeah, and also it means it's much nicer working if it's got the back of it wet. Much nicer to work on, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Go. I might bring it up a bit. And then find I don't know, something like a foam cover to make it nice and smooth, and then obviously a bit at the top. Yeah. Almost flat, almost. It's a little bump there, but we're not going to worry about that, okay?
Right.
Unless I get a credit card and do that. What you need is a squeegee, but that's pretty well beautiful and flat. Now, that was the easy part. The hard part is painting it. Okay. And making sense of the whole thing. Just bear with me. Okay. Right. Well, okay, here we go. Sorry, I need more paint. Always running out of paint. Always running out of paint. Can you hear me all right?
We can.
Oh,
We
good.
can. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So we just put some more. All right. Okay. So here we go. Get some. Let's see. That's a bit better, isn't it? You can almost see that. right across. Maybe a few mountains in there. Maybe a bit of water, just to lose it a bit. Just a bit of water there. Now, oh dear. Oh, not sure what I'm doing. So we just, we'll do that background, bit of blue, bit of raw sienna, and we'll maybe, can you see what I'm doing with the brush? It's 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, like that. Putting the brush next to each other. Can you see that?
Yep.
This one's going to be a bit harder than the last one we did. Just a bit of a hill. There's not much of a hill. So is everyone in, where is everyone at the moment? In Perth or in Margaret River or somewhere? Are you all in Perth, are you?
Yeah, we're all in Perth. We've got a couple of people who have zoomed in who are from around the place.
Binny
All
up,
right.
150
Binny up.
km/h.
Bunbury, Binny up.
All right.
Ros Jenke, are you in, is it Denmark you're in, Ros? No?
Albany.
Well, they're all over. Sorry?
Albany.
Albany. Oh, blimey. Gosh, yeah, it's a long way off. How cool is that?
It's pretty cool today.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a Zoom a few months ago, and they were from all over the world. It was amazing. Bolivia, Colombia, Moscow, New York. It was amazing.
Wow. Did it work well?
Yeah, no problems. No, it was not a problem. See what I've done? Gone on a bit of an angle there, just created, just gone like this, gone. Boom.
Yeah.
I was hard to show you, just go bang, right next, you know, like this. Then get another brush, a smaller brush or something, and then sort of just as I, just a few. So it's not all the same brush stroke, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Coming sort of along there. See this brush, it's a beautiful brush. I used to get them when I went to China, but I don't think we'll be going to China anymore. And see, it does
No,
that. See, it comes to a point, but it also spreads like that.
Nice one.
We're going to miss, I'm going to actually miss not going to China. I used to love going there.
Miss going everywhere, anywhere, come to that. Melbourne even.
I don't think you'd miss coming to Melbourne, would you?
Well, I would, yeah. I want to see my daughter. Now, this might be an obvious question, but because of the angle we're seeing at it at, are your mountains, they are straight, aren't they?
Not really.
Okay.
Slight undulation there. Just probably 15 degrees.
Yeah, no, I meant the horizon.
Sort of.
So,
Yeah,
I like sort of.
Sort of. It is straight, but I varied a bit. You know what I mean? If you go
Yeah.
too straight, it tends to look like a desert scene. So slight angle, you know what I mean? Slight.
Yeah.
Like
Good one.
it's probably typical, probably similar to what you get in Margaret River. You don't get hills, but you get a sort of an undulation, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just coming along.
I think if he does it square on, then he'll be standing in front of it. That's my theory. Okay. All right, another request. Could you please turn your board slightly towards us?
Uh,
Hold
Which
on,
way?
hold on. Hold on. Which way? Oh, just if you could flash it straight quickly so we could see exactly what's going on, then put it back again.
okay, I'll have to move the easel. Hang on.
All right, okay.
See, you can see it. See, I can see it there. Can you see what I mean?
Yeah,
It's basically that this comes down just a little bit, just
Yeah.
leaving paddocks, you know what I mean? Dry brush. Do you know what I mean? Most of it's done with the square brush.
okay, yeah. So when you finish this section, we can get it full on, straight on. Okay?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, let me just, yeah. Dry brush stroke. There's still a lot of people not using dry brush. I don't know why not. It's not hard to do, and you've got a lot of enemies in watercolor. But dry brush is your best friend. Dry brush, there's two things I think are your best friend in watercolor: dry brush and white paper. Everything else is like an enemy. And then a few drops of water just to get maybe a few runs happening, you know.
With the dry brush, you're dipping it in the paint, but not in the water. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yes. So yeah, just get all the water out of it, basically. Just a few more. I'll continue with it. What happens here? Not sure. So once again, go back to our square brush. Now, as I'm coming forward, I'm going greener, raw sienna and ultramarine blue just on this square brush, okay? So coming in there, having a look. Yeah, maybe. I'll explain it more. See, now I've got the dry brush. See how I'm turning it on my palette, squashing it down, just going, just squashing it. So
Yeah.
So just coming. We'll just do this stage, another few minutes with this stage. Then those trees in the middle, I'm not sure if I'm going to put them in. The only thing I liked about this photo were the colours. I really love the atmosphere and the colours, but I didn't like all those trees. But anyhow, so once again, just a bit of water. It's always good. Now, give me 2 minutes and then you guys can do this. Last of all, before it dries, Vegemite. Just a bit of Vegemite. just a little bit of, does that coming up that Vegemite? Can you see that?
Yep.
Always dropping in Vegemite at the very end. Well, even some Vegemite in the back here. Won't do much more. These square brushes are wonderful for dry brush. See, just like they're so good. See, look at this. Now, right, now we can turn it around, okay?
Excellent.
Sorry about the buckles in there, but
That's okay.
now important. Can you see? They're great. It's like creating. Can you see everyone see the Z?
Yeah.
See the Z comes in there, comes out there, goes there to lead you in. Okay. Number one.
Yep.
Another thing I'll tell you, scale. Can you see how they get smaller as they go back? You know what I mean? So that's scale. And also, look, this is hard. I'll tell you, this is not easy to do. This is quite hard. Bear with me. I'll just straight flatten it a bit. So, so you can see a bit better. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I've lost. Oh, what have I lost? I've lost my thing. That's okay. So, yeah. So this is not easy, but yeah. So Z, and also, can you see one other thing? There's no hard edge. It's all dry brush. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So most important, draw it out, scale. They get bigger, smaller, goes up slightly. See, this goes up slightly just to create. It's like a Z that someone stood on. And the easiest way to do it is get that square brush, whatever square brush. So you just go 1, 2, 3. That sort of gets you that line. I went like that, bang, 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 like that. And then touched it up a bit with this brush here, just a bit of that, okay? Has anyone got any questions about this stage? No questions?
Hold on. What was the sort of colours that you used on the mountains?
It's basically raw sienna and blue, and a little bit more blue in the background. You can see if you look carefully, it's a little bit more raw sienna there than it is there. So it blues off. But basically raw sienna and blue, and then for the Vegemite, I just added something else, anything, right? But the most important thing is to get that flat Z. You know what I mean? So it's all connected. Dry brush, dry brush. In fact, I'll put you in close so you can have a really good look at it. Can you see what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
See, dry brush. See all the little holes. See the wet where I spat on it or dropped a bit of water. You know, all those little things.
Yeah.
See the dry brush?
Yeah. Magic.
See if I can get you over there. Dry brush in the back. See, notice.
Yep.
There's no hard edge. Okay. Good luck, guys. See you tomorrow. No, I'm only joking. It's okay. You can see most of it. Don't worry about the top, so long as you can see what I've just done. There's my water bottle, so that doesn't matter. I'll leave that there. And all right, look, remember, if you have trouble, draw it out. And can you see, by just having that sparkle there, it creates light.
Yes. Yeah.
So give yourself for that, I reckon there's at least another 15 minutes. Okay,
Yep, sounds good.
15 or 20 minutes. Okay, see you around. So I can turn it around, eh? Okay. There we go. Maybe I can drop it down a bit up. No, suppose no, that's fine. Not doing. Okay, so once again. Okay.
Because I'm using a dongle, I think. Every so often you get the power and you lose the connection. So it's there you go.
Okay, so we're mixing up a bit of. Can you? Do you mind if I paint? Can I keep going? Yes.
Ah, please go for it. Yeah. Yeah. Good. All good.
Okay, we'll put a nice dark wash in the foreground. Purple. It's a purpley colour. Not yet. It's always hard starting again, you know, once you've had a break for 10 minutes to get back into it. Here we go.
Purpley colour.
Sort of connect it up into there. Some shadows. Here we go, some shadows in there. Right across there. Here we go. Now, I've got to do something, make it a bit more exciting. Now, maybe some of these foreground trees. I'm just looking, there's my phone. I'm just looking at my phone. It's very hard to see from a phone. Here we go. What do we got? Some foreground trees there. That's why I didn't put too much there. Kept it fairly simple. We might have time for one more after this. What time do you have to leave the hall by?
Absolutely. Well, the Zoom meeting finishes at 3:45, I believe, and we have to be out by 4.
Oh, well, that's 6 o'clock my time.
Yes, correct.
Oh, that's plenty of time. So you go, so 4:45, so that's 5:45 my time. Oh, that's heaps of time.
Beer o'clock, they're saying that must be. There's a common theme to that here, isn't there?
What's that? Drinking?
Well, it's either wine o'clock or beer o'clock or something like that. Now, we can't see the left side of your paper.
Okay.
Can you move it along a little?
Do that. Okay, how's that?
Yep. Good one. Perfect. Perfect.
Notice that I'm really dark. See that? Really, really dark. Excuse me.
I'm fascinated. Do you have like a lapel microphone?
No, not at all. Why? Can you hear me all right, or is it hard to hear?
Yeah, really, it's really good. So are you using the speaker on your iPad?
Yep, that's all I've got, the iPad.
It's really good.
Yeah, iPads, look, they're amazing. They're so good and they're so cheap now. Every artist should have an iPad to work from. It's better than photos, best thing you can have.
There you go.
In fact, I don't take any. I don't think I've got any hard copies of photos. I've just got an iPad. That's all I have. I do a lot of outside work, but all my studio work is just an iPad, nothing else. They're the best thing you can have.
Yes, it was a purpley colour. So I would say for the ultra and probably the green with a bit of the sienna and a bit of elusive in maybe. I don't know. Really purple colour.
Just touching it up a bit so it just hides some of the fan brush marks. I think it's time to put a bit of a tree in now. Ooh, what have I got here? Bear with me, I've just got to get some burnt sienna. Touch a little bit of burnt sienna and a bit of ultramarine for that tree in the foreground. Yeah. Look how dark that is. Keep your darkest dark for your foreground. Can you see that? I don't know if that's coming up on the screen.
Yeah.
Always keep your darkest dark. Sick of that brush, and it's time to move to a fan brush. Just a bit, not much, just a few marks here. Just a little bit. I think I might have a go at using my dagger liner a bit, because it's been sitting there for 10 minutes doing nothing, so give it a go. So it's just always good to keep changing brushes. why not put another tree here? Gee, I never realized. See, it's still wet. Isn't that amazing? It's still wet. What's the temperature in Perth today?
I think it's about 20 degrees,
Oh, yeah.
cold. Yeah, 20 and raining. Is it still raining? Grey and horrible.
Is it? Just as well. I'm not in. I'm just teaching it a bit, just because I want to put a dark tree in front of there, and I don't want the tree to bleed. It's good fun planting trees when they're not there. You can just put them anywhere. It's so there. Bit more detail there, darks there. Dry brush. Just maybe half a dozen individual leaves. Now, maybe this one's got to be a bit stronger. A little bend in it there. Notice how I hold the brush right at the very end. Oh dear. Any questions?
Any questions? They're all beavering away.
Right. Now, a little bit more. Make sure that I'm going very dark. So I'm mixing fresh paint. Look at my palette. I know it's dirty, but look, as you can see, now hang on. See the fresh paint? The orange isn't, the blue's fresh, the alizarin, so it's so important to have fresh paint if you want rich darks. And we might as well have the dark bush coming right in the foreground here. Still very wet. So what we're going to have to do is just do that and maybe throw in a bit of dry brush later when it's dry. There. In fact, what I'm going to do now is, rather than you wait, I'm going to dry it with my hairdryer. But before I do that, I'm getting my fan brush and I'm going to tap it with water. See, like that. Baptizing it. There we are. Just. There we go. And then when I've done that, There we go. So now I was struggling to go darker. So that's what I can do now is get my fan brush out again and then throw in some dark dry brush over the top. Really nice, strong, rich, warm, dry brush. Ooh. See how this looks. Is that coming up? Sort of is.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
It's the angle, it's distorting the light.
Yeah. But we'll be able to see it when.
Yeah, absolutely. But see, it's just dry brush. Always a good trick is to keep your darkest dark for your foreground, particularly in a landscape. You know, just to give it, you know, there's nothing worse than when that's darker than your foreground. Yeah, always try and keep your darkest dark right close to you. See, can you see that tree I'm putting in? Making sure it's at least 2 tones darker than the background trees. If you don't do that, it won't work. And I think that's what happened with the landscape this morning. A lot of people made their background tree darker than their foreground, which sometimes does happen in nature, but very, very, very rarely. Yeah. Really dark here, really almost gone black. Just create a bit of a focal point, you know, where the dark hits the light. So just having a bit of a play, just improving the shape, creating a nice, strong dark. There, it's just almost black. Or dry brush, won't be too much longer. Making sure that this stands out from the background trees there. This one can come right into our foreground. There, right there. If you can paint trees and you can paint skies, then you can do landscapes. You see that tree there, which you can't see because it's wet, but you will in a while. There's a distinctive tree there. Now, a few more branches. See, the way I work is to keep the inspiration up, always change. Like I'm sick of doing foliage. So now it's time for me to do a few more branches. When they're crossing over. Just Yeah. Few more minutes. And I don't actually finish them. I finish them about 95% and then look at them the next day and just add a few things. But probably 95% is, I quite like this one because it's ended up with, I don't know, it's just luck. It's ended up with really nice sort of colors. And now, what I'll do is I will turn this around. Remember, shape is the most important thing. Where I've put the trees is important. And most of important, rough edges and very, very, very making sure that it's darker than the background to push it back. So I'll just turn it around and you can have a look at it. Oh, okay. There's a light behind there. I'll go.
Oh, wow.
We'll move this. Does that make sense?
Definitely does. Yes.
Making
Great.
sure, can you see how that's got to be two tones, everything in the foreground? This, okay, the way it works, you've got your number
Yes.
1 in tone, which is sparkle with the white on it. So the eye goes there, right? Then you've got your number 5 to 7 in numbers. What I mean by the numbers is 10 is black, white is number 1. Halfway between black and white is number 5, a grey. So that's about a number 4, 5. And then here is 8 to 10. So it's not all number 10. Don't make it all number 10. But can you see how that's number 8? And that's, so that breaks it up. Do you know what I mean? You don't want that whole area to be a number 10 because that gets boring. But try and make it a number 8 and then add a number 10 in there. Does that make sense? And remember, I'll show you close up again. I'll see if this works. Have a good look at the tree. Hang on, I'll wait till it focuses. See, hang on. See, no hard edge. See all the rough edges? Hang on.
Yeah.
See, rough. All right. Good luck. I reckon this.
Question.
Yes.
So you've got your dark number 8, and then to get it darker, is it you're adding
Well, okay, if you really want to go really dark, what I do is your best bet to go to that is that's raw sienna and blue. That you probably won't get much darker with those two tones, raw sienna and blue. For that, I used Viridian or phthalo, depending on what you've got, and burnt sienna. And that gives you the darkest green that's almost black. But make sure you use a lot of burnt sienna because you don't want it to be a cold color. It has to be warm. So if you look carefully, you can actually see the burnt sienna in that Viridian. But once again, it's got to be freshly squeezed paint. Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
But the most important thing is, can you see that tree stands out from the background?
Yeah, definitely.
That's because, you know, you must get what you call aerial perspective, you know, tonal perspective. You know, that it goes back. Good luck.
Thank you.
If you need me again, call out. I can hear. I'm just hanging around. So yell out really loud if you need me, okay? That will do. Recording in progress. I'll go to the other room now and look down at I'll look at everyone's painting, okay?
Okay.
Good. Okay. Who wants to show me their painting?
Pavilion first. Did that. Yeah. Remember I turned it right now. Exit full screen. No, wrong one. Why is that not going full screen? Oh. Sorry, Herman, I'm
That's
just trying to figure out how to how do I do it? Full screen. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Ah, beautiful. Give us a look. Okay. Okay, good. Probably got a little bit too much foreground. The sky looks good. Always remember, yeah, look, there's nothing really wrong with it. It's quite good. It's just getting a little bit better with the calligraphy. And did you use a mop? What did you use? A mop brush or what?
A dagger brush.
For the whole painting or?
No, mixed it all up. Chinese brush,
Okay.
very long brush.
Oh,
and
good. Oh, good. Tonally, it looks good. Colors look good. Probably wish that the foliage on your right-hand side, the bigger trees, yeah, at the top were just a little bit darker, because it appears here that they're about the same tone as the clouds. So they've got to be a little bit darker, okay? Maybe just a bit of dry brush.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Okay. That's good. Sky looks great. Very good. Yep. Excellent. It looks really good. Can't really comment. Looks very good. Excellent. Maybe a little bit more dry brush on the trees. That's about it. Very good.
Thank you very much.
Cass, how are you?
Good, Herman. How are you?
Good. Just needs, when it's dry, just a stronger trunk somewhere, you know, in the tree in the foreground, just a stronger trunk, yeah, down there, coming through, right through the white area. The sky looks great. Yeah, about to your right, more to your right. Yeah, your right-hand side. But yeah, there. Put a stronger trunk coming straight through that foliage. Fantastic.
Okay.
Hey,
Hang on, you love my sky.
Yeah, it looks good. The sky looks great. Yeah, it looks good. Really good. Here we go. Wow. You've gone nice and dark. I love the foreground. Maybe next time in your background, maybe not quite as dark, just a tone lighter next time in your background. I love the trees are quite good. Just gone a little bit dark in your background, but no, it looks good. Looks good. So yeah, always make sure when you do your background, go dark, but try not to go to, you know, black straight away. Very good.
Thanks.
Oh, good. Well, the tree in the middle is good because it's nice and dark. Your tree on the right has to be as dark as the tree in the middle. And when you do wet into wet, like your clouds, make sure that the paper stays wet. It was just about drying, you see, but make your tree on the right-hand side much darker. That will help a lot. Okay, very good. Just make that darker. That'll be great. Okay, very good. on your right, you can have a lot more tree. Yeah,
Okay.
that tree needs to dominate. And next to it, you've got a tiny little tree. Just be a little bit more bolder. The background's good. It's great. Your sky's good. Just be a little bit bolder with your foreground trees on the right-hand side. That's all.
This side, yeah.
Yep. That's your right, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Right. Thanks so much.
Good. Okay. Can we hold it straight? So vertical. All right. Very good. Maybe a little bit of the drawing in the background. You know, you've got to get that Z. And once again, I like the fact that you've got nice and dark in the foreground. That's great. Yeah, just maybe. Oh. Yeah, that's good. It's good that you got nice and dark in the foreground. That's great. Maybe slightly darker on the right-hand tree. And it's nice if the background, a Z would have been really nice. Instead of that large clump of trees in the background, if that had been broken up a little bit, would have made a big difference. Okay, with that lighter tone. Okay, good. Hey, oh, good. That's got a good mood to it. Yeah, the trees are look quite good. The sky looks quite good. I like the fact that you've left some light in the middle. No, it looks good. Very good. Once again, maybe in the trees on the right, a little bit of dry brush. I like the light's good. No, that's good. A nice composition, a really nice composition with that tree in front of the light. It looks good.
Thank you.
Actually, there's two.
Okay. Well, sort of good. I like the fact that you've done a Z. Maybe next time the Z could have been a bit lighter. So that's good. I like the dark tree in the foreground. I like the sky. There's nothing really wrong with it. Just needs, what can I say? It's good. It's fine. It's fine. Yep. It's sometimes hard to explain, but yeah, it looks good. Yeah, it's fine. It's a little bit stiff in the background, a little bit more dry. The Z's very obvious. It's good that you've got a Z, but just break it up a little bit with a few individual trees near it. But very good, because you're the first person. You're the first person that's done a Z for me.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Oh, there's the Z. Okay, good. Bring the foliage up on the right-hand side because all the foliage is level. You need to come up higher on the right-hand side. Yeah, in the middle of the right-hand side. No, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right. The right of the paper. Yeah, there. Bring that up in the middle there. That's what it needs. Bring that up, and that'll help a lot. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Oh, one more. Okay, good. You've got a very good background. In fact, it's probably one of the best backgrounds. And then you can make that tree on the right. That's really lost. That has to be real. In fact, from here, it looks lighter than your clouds. Make that tree much stronger. And that's all. But your background looks good. Your background's really good. Oh, you've done two. Okay.
I lost the plot halfway through, and I've been.
Yeah, that one. The background's a bit lost. The tree's not bad. your background's a bit lost, all you can do is in the middle of the painting, put a really dark tree to sort of hide some of that background.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, very good.
Pavilion, that's mine, unfortunately.
Oh,
I
that's
lost the
yours.
plot.
Look, great colours, great sky, great background. I don't mind it. It works really well. Once again, like a lot of them, it just feel that you need a bit more work on your right-hand tree. Just a little bit darker, a little bit. And also you need to put in a dark trunk somewhere, you know, like maybe about 6 inches from your right-hand side, a dark tree coming right through the painting, okay? That would
Yes,
help
bit
a lot.
pom-pom.
Yeah,
Thank you, Herman.
no
Okay.
worries.
Some of the people at home now. Hold on, let's have a look. Who have we got? Diane.
You need to unvideo us.
Stick your painting up. Hold your painting up. Up higher.
Higher. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. Sky looks good. Yeah, the trees are interesting. It's always the same problem, is that the trees on the right are possibly not much darker than your background hills. So if you can mix up a really dark with obviously a bit of viridian and burnt sienna and whatever you've got, just dry brush it to make them come forward. And that'll be a big help. I love the sky, colours are good. But once again, the trees are always blending into the background, which you want those trees to come forward.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Thank
Good.
Right,
Sue.
who's next?
Sue, can you unvideo us? Because I can't get the video on. It's Jenny here.
Sorry?
Can you undo the video for my
No.
website? There we go. And
All right, hold on. Okay.
Oh, good. Well, I like the fact that you've got a good background. I like the fact that you've got a Z. I love your clouds. And you're lucky because you're too timid with those foreground trees. They look like you were scared, right?
you did right.
What you need to do, start off with 6 inches from, or maybe 4 inches from your right-hand side, put in a dark tree going right through the painting, maybe leaning towards the left a little bit, and then some dark foliage. That's all it needs, okay? And that will pull that whole painting together.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. The
Thank you.
background's good. In fact, it's one of the better backgrounds that I've seen. It's probably one of the best backgrounds. So all you need is, those trees are a bit, you're really scared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
Yeah.
you hit the nail
Right.
on. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks very much. Thank you then.
Right, hold on. Who else would like?
You
Anyone
need
else
to
at home?
you need to start video, Sue.
Yeah, I can't see.
We can't open it. It says
Oh.
cannot
Yeah.
start your video. The host has disabled it.
Okay, sorry. Julie, where are you? No,
Same as
I can't flipping well get to it. Ask to start video. It just tells me to ask you to start it.
Okay, I've hit.
Yeah.
Hit, okay,
You want me
yep,
to-
got it.
You hit video.
Yeah, but then it doesn't work.
There we go. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Replace spotlight. There we go. There.
Good. Well, this works quite well because even though it's only marginally, but I like it because you've left lots of holes. It's good. And the trees, even though they're only a little bit darker, at least they're a little bit darker than your background. No, it's good. Really good. Yep. You've put darks in there. The background's quite good. Yeah, it's good. What else can I say? Like I said, you can never make your foreground tree on the right dark enough It can always
Okay.
be darker because
Okay.
just anything there. But look, it's good. It works back. You've got holes. You've got a lot of holes in your foreground, and they look good. Like if it was me, I'd probably through that dark foliage, I'd put a trunk, quite a big trunk through that dark foliage.
Okay.
Just
On
needs a
what-
vertical on your right hand side. So you got that dark foliage on your right hand side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd throw a trunk right in front of that foliage, and that trunk would
Okay.
almost be black, and it'd be
Yeah.
quite big, you know, and yeah, not ridiculously big, but quite big. So it's bigger than your other one, bigger than. So at the moment you've got one medium one. I throw a big one through that foliage, and that will give you, because at the moment, even it's all handled the same. You need somewhere to make a statement. It's like
Okay.
all the brush strokes are very similar, so you need something heavy through that tree to make a bit of a statement. Okay, but very good.
All right.
And it's
Thank
good
you.
to see. And I think you're the only one that stretched your canvas, stretched your paper.
And I wet the back.
Yeah, done it properly. Very good, very good.
Cheers.
Thanks, Jules. Anyone else at home want to come in?
Yeah, Sue, it's Jenny, but you need to unvideo me. You need to video me. Fix the video.
Hold on. Julie, sorry, who was it again?
Jenny? Jenny, eh?
Jenny, yeah, okay, hold on. Oh,
Uh-huh.
I can't see you there. Hold on. Oh,
Jenny, Jenny.
Oh, I can see
well,
it.
I'll work that out in a minute. Hold on, there's somebody here. It's Roz. Hold on.
Okay,
I can see a dragonfly.
that's me.
Why
But
can
that's
I
not,
Oh, what happened there? Hold on a minute, sorry.
that's all right.
I don't. Oh, this is so annoying. Sorry. Spotlight for everyone. I don't know.
There we are. Beautiful. Excellent. Lift it up a bit. Background, very good. Sky, good. Drawing of the, good. Excellent. I like it. Not much I can say. Once again, I know I've repeated myself. On the foliage on the right-hand side, definitely put some dry brush on it. The moment you put dry brush, you're up higher in the sky. Yeah, in the sky there, the foliage in the sky. Dry brush it, but for dark, that will help a lot. But apart from that, it's quite good. Your background's good. Your sky's beautiful. Very good. And then, were you in the class yesterday? For the ones that were, what I would do with yours, because it's so dark in the foreground, I tend to lay it flat and then splash a bit of turquoisey color. Just splash a turquoisey color just to break up that dark. And for anyone else who has gone really black in the foreground, just splash a bit of turquoise. So in other words, bit of white gouache, a bit of ultramarine blue, and a bit of viridian. Or if you've got turquoise, just use that. But it's very good. Yep, excellent. Looks good. But I think a bit of dry brush in that foliage will on top of the existing foliage will make that even come closer to you. But very good. Excellent.
Thank you.
Thanks, Roz. Anyone else? Now, who was it? Jenny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hold on. Right, now, for some reason, I don't seem to have you here. Maybe
The
that's
dragonfly. Jen A.
That's ridiculous. I can't see you here.
I can see now. I can see someone.
No, that was Roz who we just had. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. So sorry. Right, now hold on a minute, because it's telling me to ask you to start your video.
That video.
Try it now.
Okay, yep,
Yeah,
now I
hold
can
on.
see.
There you
Right.
go.
Good. Look, oh, good. Look, what I'll say is, from here, it's always hard to tell on the screen, but the drawing's quite good. It's all black in tone. It's
Yeah.
all similar in tone, you see. The good thing is I like the fact that you've gone really dark in the foreground. That's great. But it might just be the video. It might be the screen. But it just feels to me that it's all black. There's no distinction. You've got to be at least in the background 3 tones like, yeah, okay, the light. Yeah, just, okay. Maybe a little bit lighter in the background, but it seems all right. Hang on. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I wish I could.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, and on your right, left-hand side, I would just, it's a bit empty there, bit of dry brush, a little sapling, just something there. That's doesn't need much, just a little sapling. But it looks better in the light. It's very hard to tell the video because it all just went black.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But just like, just as a general statement, not just to you, but to everyone, when you do trees in the foreground, like we did now, they must be at least minimum of 2 tones darker than the background. Okay. Do you know, otherwise the painting just doesn't work. So they have to be 2 tones darker. So, so that's just a general comment, not specifically to you, but to everyone, okay? With this subject, if you make your trees the same as your background or any subject, it just doesn't work. So there has to be some tonal distinction between background and foreground. Very good.
Oh, thank you.
Good.
Anyone else at home want to show your painting? No? Okay, right. Oh, hold on. That's good. Okay, then. So, yes, we've got to get you back now. All right, so what did you want to go? Sorry?
Yes. So what we're going to do
That's
now,
it. Did you want to do another one?
yeah, can you see me?
I can, yes.
Maybe, can we get rid of the dragonfly?
Yep. Hold on.
Ah,
There you go.
I can see. Good. So what I'm going to, so you can all see me now?
Yep.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do a half sheet, and I think I'm going to make something up out of my head just to fill in 15 or 20 minutes. Is that all right?
Well,
And we're all going to paint it. Something simple. How about just a bit of fun? A beach scene with a bit of a cliff. Is that all right?
that's brilliant. Perfect.
Yes.
Yep.
Just, and I'll make it up out of my head. Okay. All right. So
Okay, yeah.
we'll move to the other room, and I'll take you for a bit of a walk. Okay.
Come visiting Binningup. I'm up on the water tower hill overlooking the ocean.
Okay. There's Coco. Oh, Coco, you want to say hello? No. Okay. We set myself up. Bear with me. I'll just turn the easel back. Okay. But yeah, so actually I'll turn it back and just talk to you for a sec because we've got plenty of time. Can you see with my painting, does this come up okay on the screen? How that is at least 2 or 3 tones darker than your background.
Yeah.
It's so important in the trees too, that's at least, it's hard with the light, but it's at least 2 tones darker than that. So it's so important, see, that in the background, that you don't go darker than the number 7. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it all just goes black. All right, we'll turn this around. Get ready.